The next question goes to who is she going to run with? And what I'm worried about right now is especially I would say post-October 7th or post-Trump trials, assassination type, I've seen so many decent moderate Democrats finally be willing to vote for Trump heading this way. And the question is kind of what can the Democrats now do either with fear of Trump, so just go TDS style, or bring in some sort of quote unquote moderate to bring them back to the Democrat plantation. One guy who keeps getting mentioned is Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, and I thought we'd take a little bit of this because he kind of sounds right.
I grew up in a comfortable middle class home. My mom, a school teacher, she was a public school teacher in Philly till she had me and my siblings, and she was an educator later in her life. My dad was just like the local pediatrician, the local baby doc, and they were very focused on helping others. And also, as I said before, Charlamagne, faith played a really central role in our lives. Every Friday night we were around that Sabbath dinner table, something my wife and I continue to do for our kids today, grounding us in our faith that teaches us to go out and work for others. And so I didn't grow up thinking I wanted to be in politics. I certainly didn't grow up thinking I was ever going to be governor. But I did grow up thinking I had a responsibility to others. I had work I needed to do for others. My parents instilled that in me in an early age. It wasn't until later in life, actually in college, where I thought I was going to be a doctor like my dad, and I flunked out of pre-med. I was on the basketball team there, got cut from the basketball team. Both things happened in the exact same day, and I thought my life was over, right? And then literally that night, someone knocked on my dorm room door and said, hey, you should run for student government. I'm like, why would I ever want to do that? It was like never on my mind. As I look back on that pivotal day, which sort of set me on this path, I realized the truth is service was always there for me. I just didn't exactly know how I was going to do that service. So that's how it happened for me.
I mean, David, I know you're a Trump guy. I want Trump to win too, but he sounds pretty good. And even some of the things he said there, talking about his faith, that's not what Democrats do anymore. He comes across, he's dressed right. He's not wearing a dress. Like there's something there, right?
He's a rising star in the Democrat Party. And I think he's probably the favorite to be the VP pick, although Mark Kelly, the senator from Arizona, is getting a lot of attention. But Shapiro would be a really smart pick for the Democrats. Like you said, he presents as a moderate. I don't know how moderate he actually is, but he knows how to come across as one. He's smart, well-spoken. I think he would be a much tougher draw for the VP debate for J.D. Vance and some of the other people they're talking about. And, of course, the most important thing is that if he can deliver Pennsylvania, those electoral votes are absolutely essential for Harris. It's hard to see a path for how she gets to 270 without Pennsylvania. So it's a really big prize this time around. So it would make a lot of sense. I mean, I kind of hope the Democrats don't choose him. I hope they go with someone like Mark Kelly because I think he would be a worse pick. But, I could see why they would go with Shapiro.
No, exactly. I'm just trying to give the devil his due here. Like, I think he probably is the right guy to help them win, whether I want it to be or not.